Welcome back to Speak Japanese in 5 Minutes, coming to you from our favorite spot, Cafe Jupiter. I'm your host, Leo, and as always, I'm joined by the amazing Kei Sensei.
皆さん、こんにちは。ケイです。
Today, we're diving into a really fun topic, how to talk about your hobbies and things you like. So, Sensei, let's start with the basics. How do I say, I like something?
Hi. The key word you need to know is Suki. It means like.
Okay, I think I can remember that.
To make a full sentence, the structure is the thing you like, followed by the particle ga, and then suki desu. So it sounds like this. Ga suki desu.
Right, so the noun comes first.
Hi, so desu. The particle ga points to the noun, and the desu makes the sentence polite. Let's practice just the main phrase. Listen carefully. I will say it slowly first. Suki desu. Good. Now at natural speed. Suki desu.
Awesome. So let's talk about some common hobbies. For me, I really like anime and video games. How would we talk about those?
That is a perfect place to start. Many words for hobbies in Japanese are borrowed from English. We write them in a script called katakana. For example, anime is anime.
Wow, so it's just anime?
Hi. And game is gemu. Sports is supotsu.
No way! So the words for game and sports sound so similar to English? That's fantastic. It makes it so much easier to get started. So if I want to say I like anime, I just put it into that first sentence structure.
Exactly right, Leo-san. Let's practice. Repeat after me. Anime ga suki desu. Very good. Now let's say I like games. Gemu ga suki desu.
That's super helpful for a beginner. But what about hobbies that aren't English words? For example, I've always been fascinated by Japanese calligraphy.
A wonderful question. Calligraphy is shodo. Another traditional activity is tea ceremony, which is chado. And a very popular modern hobby is karaoke.
Wow, those are fantastic examples. So to say I like calligraphy, would I just use that same sentence pattern we just learned?
はい。その通りです。You are a fast learner, レオさん。Please repeat after me. 修道が好きです。
This is great. Okay, so I can tell you what I like. How do I ask you what you like, Kai-sensei?
A very important question. To ask what do you like, you say, 何が好きですか?
Okay, I hear suki desu in there, but what are the new parts?
The first word, nani, means what, and the final sound, ka, is the question particle. Adding ka to the end of a polite statement turns it into a question.
Ah, ga is the question mark. I remember that from a past episode. That makes sense.
Yes, let's practice asking the question now. Please repeat. 何が好きですか?
Okay, let me try asking you then, sensei. What do you like?
私は映画が好きです. I like movies. I especially enjoy watching classic black and white films. What about you, Leo-san? What is something you don't like?
That's a great question. For example, I'm not a big fan of horror movies. How would I say that?
To make it negative, you change ですとじゃないです. The phrase becomes 好きじゃないです.
Okay, so that's the negative form. Now, is that considered rude in Japan? If someone offers me something and I say that, will I cause offense?
That is a very culturally aware question. While 好きじゃないです is grammatically correct, being too direct can sometimes be avoided. A softer, very common way to imply you don't like something is to say ちょっと, which means a little, and let the listener understand.
Right, so it's a bit more indirect. That's a great tip. But for our practice today, let's stick with the direct phrase so we can learn it.
Of course, let's practice the negative form. Repeat after me. 好きじゃないです.
Perfect. Are you ready, listeners? It's time for a rapid-fire practice round.
はい、頑張ってください. First, I will ask the question. Try to answer out loud. 何が好きですか? Good. Now say, I like games. ゲームが好きです。Excellent. Now say, I don't like sports. スポーツが好きじゃないです。One more time. I will ask, 何が好きですか? Now say, I like anime. アニメが好きです。Let's try a few more. Now, say I like calligraphy. 修道が好きです。Great. How about I don't like tea ceremony. 茶道が好きじゃないです。And one last time. Let's try I love karaoke. カラオケが大好きです。Excellent work, everyone. You're getting the hang of it.
That's great. It's really starting to click. Can we try a few more, maybe with some other common hobbies?
Of course. Let's learn a few more useful words. Music is ongaku. Reading is dokushyo. And travel is ryoku.
Thank you so much. Before we wrap up this episode, what's today's scholarly tip?
For today's final scholarly tip, if you really love something, you can add dai to the beginning of suki, making it 大好きです. For example, 私はアニメが大好きです. I love anime.
Oh, I love that. A way to be even more enthusiastic. Thank you, Kei-sensei, and thank you all for listening. We've covered quite a lot of useful topics so far, but before going any further, it's important to learn how to express yourself more naturally in everyday Japanese. Join us next time for episode 9, where we'll explore the art of conversation, aizuchi and reactions.
またね。聞いてくれてありがとう。また次のエピソードで会いましょう。